Welcome back to another video for HarborFinancialOnline.com. Today I'm going to be talking about the tax rebate calculator and to see if you qualify to get this rebate and how you should have reported on your tax return to get it. So let me get the video going here. So the tax rebate was a one-time credit and not everyone qualified for it. It was given in year 2008, and in this year it wasn't. In the previous years, 2007, you did get issued, I think 2006 as well, you did get issued a check if you qualified for the rebate. But in 2008, how it worked is we were given a one-time credit, and this credit amount is the same as getting a check, because what it is it's dollar for dollar and the amount of tax you may have owed or paid in the year. So if you paid $600 in tax in the year and you qualify for a $600 credit because of this, you would have no tax and you would get that all back in the form of a refund. So that's how it worked in 2008. Most people in 2008 received the full benefit, so there's very few of you out there that should have gotten it and didn't, but there are some cases out there where you can go back and get it. The credit is automatically figured for you by the IRS. You were mailed a form that told you if you qualified for this credit. And on that form it told you how much you could report. You were to report that amount that they gave you on line 70 of your tax form, which will be your 1040 or your 1040 EZ. The 1040 EZ will have a different line, but on the 1040 it'd be line 70, and it's going to say recovery rebate credit. You should have put that in there, and then you put that amount in there. Like I said, if you qualified for 600, you put the 600 in there. You're to write recovery rebate credit, or if you did the tax return online, it would fill in that for you. You can also retrieve a recovery rebate worksheet to calculate your amount. If you weren't given that form 1378 by the IRS, you can go to the website and actually do the worksheet and to see what you might have qualified for. And then you could go back to 2008, your tax form, and amend that tax form. Amending means refiling the tax form. So you're going to put that, our example, $600 in that amended form and refile it. And you should, if you qualified, you should be able to get that back in the form of a refund. If you should have already received that rebate, if you filed your tax forms and you weren't given the credit for some reason, if they denied it, I recommend contacting the IRS either by phone or email. Your rebate is not required to be reported on your next year's tax return. It's just a one-year thing. It's a credit, so you weren't required to report it in future years at all. The rebate doesn't reduce your refund or increase the amount of taxes for the next year, so that's important to know. If you didn't report it because you were concerned about a refund or the amount of taxes, you should go back and amend that return, because it has no effect on the future year's refund. This is a credit, not a deduction, so you get the full amount back in the credit, dollar for dollar. So that's the difference between a credit and a deduction. You must have made at least $3,000 in the previous year of qualifying income to get the credit. So that excluded a lot of people out there. If you didn't have $3,000 in qualifying income, you weren't given this rebate amount. So you didn't get that form in the mail that told you to report it on your tax return. So I'm going to take you to the rebate credit information. Here on this site you can see they have a whole page dedicated to the rebate credit information and who qualified for it. You can get that calculator worksheet off the site here and see if you should have qualified for it, and if you can go back and refile that tax return and get a refund. So it's a good page to read through if you didn't get the rebate. I'd recommend that. The amounts, if you're a single filing taxpayer and qualified, you were to get a $600 credit. filing married jointly would be $1,200. So if you had $1,200 in tax, with this credit you would owe no tax. You could get that whole $1,200 back. And you could report this credit on the Form 1040, the 1040A, or the 1040EZ. It'd be a different line for each form because each form is a different length. Now, this is another area where they automatically told you if you qualified, but your filing status may have changed, so you may have qualified and they didn't know it based on your new filing status. So that can be a situation where you didn't get the notice and you should have. Okay. Again, this is a one-time thing, so you won't be reporting it in future years or other years. I would recommend you check out our site, harborfinancialonline.com. We offer a free online tax estimator. You can amend that tax return like we talked about through our site and refile it with that credit and get a refund back. And it could be free money in your pocket if you didn't report it in previous years. I appreciate you watching our videos. We have lots more videos on YouTube. We're constantly adding new ones and updating our website with all the new tax laws and regulations that are out there. And hope to see you soon. Thank you.